We are talking about solving radical equations and radical inequalities. And we're going to solve a couple radical equations, remembering the steps that we have to follow in order to answer these. Step one is isolate the radical if necessary. And in this case, we have the radical isolated already. The square root term is by itself on the right side. Raise each side of the equation to the same power. So we have a square root, and in order to the inverse operation of the square root, we have to square both sides. So in this case, we have to square the whole binomial. So the reason that we squared both sides is because we wanted to cancel the radical. And then on the left side, remember, we can't just distribute the square. We have to say x plus 1 times x plus 1. So we can distribute the x plus 1 or FOIL it, and we get x squared plus 2x plus 1. And that is equal to 7x plus 15. So now we have a quadratic formula here on the left. So in order to solve the quadratic formula, we have to get 0 on one side. So I will subtract 7x and subtract 15. And so these cancel, and then we're left with 0 on the right. X squared minus 5x minus 14. And then we can either factor or use a quadratic formula. In this case, this is a factorable equation. And the factors are, x and x. And there needs to be a difference of 2. It needs to be negative. So negative 7 and positive 2. So then our possible zeros are x equals 7 or x equals negative 2. So now we have to check to see if these are both actual solutions. And so we can substitute in negative 2. So negative 2 plus 1 is equal to 7 times negative 2 plus 15. And that's under the radical. So negative 1 is equal to the square root of negative 14 plus 15. And so negative 1 is equal to the square root of 1. And we get negative 1 is equal to 1. In this case, that's not true. So this is not true. So x equals negative 2 is not a solution. The other one that we can check is we want to check 7. So 7 plus 1 is equal to 7 times 7 plus 15 and square root. So over here on the left, we get 8, and that is equal to 49 plus 15, which is equal to 64. And so we get 8 is equal to 8. And so 7 or x plus 7 is x equals 7 is a solution.